All right, here we are.
Start with the day.
Today is Saturday, July 27th.
Uh-oh, see my moves.
We are at
over.
trailhead for Grapeyard Ridge. Right here at the trailhead is a old homestead. You can see in the background there a couple of structures. I'm gonna go back down and get video from the trailhead up, which is that way. Okay, this is the way we came from. This is Cherokee Orchard Road or Roaring Fork Nature Motor Trail. I think this is the Roaring Fork, but this trail or this road follows along this fork of the creek, and I don't know, it's a loop road one way, so we had to have someone pick us up. Our wonderful guide named Mark dropped us off, gave us some history, but here's our starting sign. And you can see the structures in the background. I will make my way up, where I will put my gear on, and we will head out. But I think we're going to have breakfast. I'm trying to talk him into having breakfast because I'm hungry. Oh, that's a video. Okay, here we are. We're headed off. We're getting ready to start. We are loaded up, packed up, and ready to move. You're filming.
Our first break.
We've emptied our bladders and our bowls.
And I've eaten all my trail mix and I have
You
none
haven't eaten
left.
at all.
And Francie just read the trail description. And we still don't know where we are. We're lost. But we have cell signal.
So we're walking along. We're coming to a creek where we're going to stop for lunch. It's just after 11 o'clock on Saturday. But walking through this trail, which is Grapeyard Ridge, there are some old homesteads. There was like a coal homestead. That was the first one we passed. This one is, and then there was like, I forget, an Ogle homestead, and there was another one, I forget the last name, but here, so we found, they said there was going to be like a rock wall formation, which is like the boundary for the property, so they would put up these rock walls to designate their property boundary. Somewhere around here is a trail that goes to a cemetery. I forget that dude's name. I read the description and stuff. But so somewhere, this is somebody's property. They had like 30 acres. Someone else had 61 acres. All of that was bought by the state or the National Park Association. The government paid them money to take over their land as part of the park. That first home we saw, the coal homestead, that wasn't where they lived really. They lived over in Sugarlands, but they moved those buildings from their original sites once the coals vacated, because they were like lived rent-free on the national park, in the national park, until they were done with it. And then so anyway, this is kind of neat. We're coming into what is called Rhododendron Creek, and this area is known for snakes, rattlesnakes, copperheads, so we have to be on the lookout for snakes. And but this is where we're stopping. There's a sign up here. I will flip this video. The sign will make me laugh.
That's the horse trail. It doesn't look like anyone's been up that thing in eons. And the sign looks like it used to be over here.
That's the horse trail that no one's been down for years.
Wow, look at the logs and stuff in the way. This looks pretty new.
Grapeyard Ridge Trail. Big Dudley Horse Trail. Stables 2.7 miles. Campsite 32 is 1.7 miles. That's where we're going for the night.
So we still got 0.7 till we cross this thing. I don't understand. We're going up. Man.
Okay. Well, no worries. All right, so this is the creek. That's nice. Looks cold. Oh, speaking of cold and temperature, temperature today supposed to be a high of in the 80s. We are somewhere between Gatlinburg and Cosby, closer to Gatlinburg. And yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's sweaty, but not too hot, and it's not supposed to get too cold. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but just walking along, and there's just this brilliant red branch of leaves. It's July, for goodness sake. Where does it come from? I'm going to show some of this area here. There's like vines all over the place. Alrighty, here we are at camp for the night. I'll go around here. So there's 3 other hikers up on the top of that hill. There's our tent. The Z-Pax Triplex. There's Iggy. Trying to see if his phone will get something. I'm getting messages, but I can't get anything out. So, we're all set up. We're ready to blow up our mats, get our stuff all ready for the night, and then we'll make lunch. We decided not to break for lunch because we were a lot closer than we thought. So this will be lunch and probably dinner. That's that. So after about a 20-minute nap, we're eating lunch. Alright, so here we're exploring the area around our campsite, and we found a trail that led out to nowhere, but we did find some metal remnants. This looks like a pipe in the ground, actually, like the magic pipe.
Yeah.
And then
that could be a stove. I don't know.
Some stuff here. Maybe an old stove. Metal parts. There's a frame. Looks like maybe a bed frame or something.
Did they know?
Could be.
Grandma's feather bed.
Grandma's feather bed. Oh, here's a. Look at this little guy here.
The one that looks like a little bottle top?
Yeah. I'll put it back. So yeah, stuff. And now we're gonna go to the bathroom. Loud. I hear a heli.
I don't know if they ever saw that movie with Mary Poppins. She has the carpet bag she opens up. So Francie and I no longer need backpacks.
We have a Mary Poppins bag.
We have a Mary Poppins bag, which is our hats, and then we reach in there and stuff comes out like a camera.
Wow.
There's other stuff in there, but I'd rather just carry it this way.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I like that. So this is what we came upon when we crossed that little creek. Grapeyard Ridge Trail that way. Big Dudley Trail is 1.7 miles back. Roaring Fork Road is 4.4 miles back. That's where we came from. So we hiked our 4.4 miles today, and then Greenbrier Road is 3.2 down that way, and that is where we're headed tomorrow.
And then from what we understand here, our campsite is down this way, but this trail will continue to the ranger station in Greenbrier.
And crosses that Roaring Creek we hear down below. It's not Roaring Creek, actually. It's just a creek. It's really loud. Okay, so just a little bit of stuff going. So this is the trail. You're looking at the trail going toward the campsite. So I guess that's Injun Creek Trail. It's unmarked. It goes 2 miles, we said, to the ranger station down on Greenbrier Road, whereas this goes further up on Greenbrier Road and comes out. Up the way and how it got its name, Engine Creek. It's spelt with an I. It should probably be spelt with an E so as not to be confused. But there was a train that, because there used to be train tracks around here, that used to come up and it was delivering something. It picked something up and was on its way back down, and it ran into trouble and tipped over into the creek. And so the engine was left. Now the owner of the engine came out and he salvaged most of what he could salvage, but they left the turbines and the wheels. So tomorrow, as we're heading along this way, we will come across a creek crossing where there will be some old parts to an old train engine. And that is why it's called Engine Creek. But like I said, it's spelled with an I, so people mistake it for Indian, but it's not, it's engine. Alright, that's the story. We'll see more tomorrow. So as you see here, the pathway forks to the right. This is the trail that goes to the ranger station on Greenbrier Road. This way takes you into the campground. So I'm going to take this way. We found these old metal posts. Not sure if they're marking the thing, but this one clearly has an A on it. And when I show you the next one, you're going to go, oh yeah. So clearly has an A. So we could go that way, but I mean, you can see there's a tent in here. There's a gentleman that was telling us some stories about where to find rattlers and stuff, so where to be wary and careful. So obviously, this is his area. So we'll leave that be. Then we got area over here. This would have been a level spot to put a tent, but he didn't want to put it here. And I wanted to put it over there, and he just didn't want to be so close to everybody else. But as you can see, there's another tent there. There's the bear holders, bear rings, the hooks. And here's this handsome gentleman sitting here playing with his Brillo pad beard. So remember that one metal part that I showed you and it clearly said A on it? Here's another one that clearly says B on it. And then there's a 3 underneath it, and I'm thinking that's a 2. So this is part B of 32. And then that would make this over here part A of 32. And what does part B designate? This, perhaps. I don't know.
I think the shuttle driver was trying to explain that to us.
Yeah. So we found this little trail going down, and as you can see, that's our set down there. So we made that our B.
He was talking about a flat spot up high.